Good morning, everyone. Now let's start learning about types of cooperative societies. In this video, we learn about 6 types of cooperative societies: consumers cooperative societies, producers cooperative societies, credit cooperative societies, marketing cooperative societies, farmers cooperative societies, and housing cooperative societies. So let's start learning one by one. Consumers cooperative societies were established for protecting the interest of consumers. All the cooperative societies are established to protect the interest of their own groups. So this consumers cooperative society was established to protect the interest of consumers. Members comprise those consumers who desire to procure good quality product and at reasonable rates. So this leads to the aim of such a cooperative society is to eliminate the middlemen, that is the wholesalers, retailers or the agents, for achieving economy in operations, that is for reduction in the cost of the transactions, as well as to reduce the profit margin which are charged by different intermediaries such as wholesalers, retailers and agents. Aim of these cooperative societies is to eliminate the middlemen, to reduce the cost and to provide the products to the consumers at its best quality and at reasonable rates. They make the consumers, the members of the cooperative societies, they make the bulk purchases directly from the wholesalers or producers and bulk sale of goods to its members. Distribution of profits on the basis of either their capital contributions or the purchases made by individual members. Although they are not keeping very high profit margins, these members of the cooperative society, but negligible profits are kept just in order to continue the routine working of the organization. For example, the Central Government Employees Consumers Cooperative Society Limited, this is popularly known as Kendriya Bhandar. It was set up in 1963. This operates a network of 114 retail stores located across India. It is involved in retailing and institutional sales of grocery, consumer and household items, stationery items, medicines, etc. So this is an example of consumers cooperative society. Now next we learn about the producers cooperative society. As I told you, each cooperative society is established to protect the interest of its members. So producers cooperative society is established to protect the interest of producers. Small producers. So members comprise of the producers who are desirous of procuring inputs for production of goods for meeting consumers' demand. Now producers require the inputs. It aims at fighting against the big capitalists and enhancing the bargaining power of small manufacturers. These small manufacturers, they require the raw material, machinery, equipment. So these all small producers, they gather together to protect the interest of other small producers, supply raw material, equipment and other inputs to its members and purchase their output for sale. So altogether they pool their resources for selling their output at reasonable rates. Distribution of profits is done on the basis of members' capital contribution to the total goods produced or sold. An example of such a small producers cooperative society is Boyanika. It's in Orissa state. It's a handloom weavers cooperative society limited and serves the weavers of the state through marketing, input supply, design interventions and mentoring. It aims to promote and foster the handloom sector of the state while giving weavers access to markets. Its business model is not just about commercial gains for itself but also enabling sustainable livelihoods for landless weavers. So let's briefly now discuss what is the difference between consumers and producers cooperative society. Consumers cooperative society is formed by the consumers, a group of consumers who pool their resources so that the other consumers could be provided could be provided the products at reasonable rates. On the other hand, producers cooperative society, they protect the interest of producers, and such cooperative societies are established to interest of producers and to provide them inputs such as raw materials, machinery, other type of equipments, whatever is required, that should reach the producers at reasonable rates, and now the output, that is their production, should reach the market, and they should receive enough of profits as per their cost of production. So this was producers cooperative society. Next type of a cooperative society is marketing cooperative society. Such a cooperative society is formed to help the small producers in selling their products. Now, what does selling mean? That is to bring the product in the market for sale, to offer the product, to create a market offering of the product in the market. What is required? The product should be properly packed, it should be labeled, it should be branded, and transportation costs are incurred, plus it requires more of advertisement and so on. So there are so many activities which are involved to offer the product to the consumers in the market, and this is to be done by the small producers. So the members of such a cooperative society, they comprise of producers who wish to obtain reasonable prices for their output, and this aims at eliminating middlemen and provide improving competitive position to its members by securing favorable market for the producers. So this is also formed for helping out the producers, so that their products should be supplied in the market at reasonable rates, which provides a better standard of living for the producers, and producers get the good price for their product. They accumulate the output of individual members and perform the marketing functions like transport, warehousing, branding, packaging, labeling of the product, and so on. There are many activities for selling at best prices. So all the producers who are the members of the cooperative society, they pool their resources together, and this entire work of branding, packaging, labeling, transportation, warehousing, advertisement, etc., entire work to create a market offering for the product, to take the product to the market for sale, this is all done together, and profits are distributed on the basis of each member's contribution to the pool of their output. You can just see as flashed on your screen, each of them are contributing a small part, and the entire society gathers entire resources together and carry out various marketing activities so that product could be offered in the market in a better manner, and it could fetch good profit margins to the small producers. For example, Maha Anar, this is a small marketing cooperative society. A leading apex cooperative marketing society is promoted to leading cooperative societies of pomegranate growers in Maharashtra states. Its role is to guide the growers for cultivation of pomegranate towards higher quality production and marketing of pomegranate into the international market. It has its own pre-cooling as well as cold storage facility with sound network of refrigerated trucks for transportation of fresh pomegranate fruits from the field of cold storage and up to the airport. So we can just see that these are such a cooperative society who pool the resources of their members, who gather the resources of their members, and further help in transportation, warehousing, and other marketing activities so that product remains intact and it is easily sold in the market at national or international level. So this is also this is one of the examples of marketing cooperative society. Next is farmers cooperative society. So this, as the name suggests, farmers cooperative society is formed to protect the interest of farmers by improving their output, by improving their production, by improving their yield and returns. Members consist of the farmers who wish to jointly take up the farming activities. They aim at reaping benefits of large scale farming and increasing the productivity. They provide better quality seeds, fertilizers, machinery, and modern techniques that are used in crop cultivation. They aim at solving the problems associated with farming on the fragmented land holdings. So these are farmers cooperative society. Farmers pool their resources. You can just see in the picture, they pool their resources together, and then such a cooperative society, it provides them good quality seeds, good quality fertilizers, other insecticides, pesticides, any modern machinery if required. All the resources are pooled together, and members, they get the equipments, they get the inputs at reasonable rates, and moreover these are further marketed in the further taken for sale in the market by the farmers cooperative society. Next is credit cooperative society. It is formed to provide easy credit, that is easy loan on reasonable terms to its members. Members comprise of persons seeking financial help in the form of loans. It aims at protecting the interest of the members from exploitation of lenders who charge high rate of interest on loans, that is money lenders, or any other personal people or any other family members or friends who charge higher rate of interest. So for protecting the interest of such a group and to protect them from high rate of interest from the money lenders, these types of cooperatives are established. They provide loans at low interest rates to its members out of the total capital contributed and deposits received from the other members. For example, Adarsh Credit Cooperative Society Limited was founded on January 1999 in Sirohi, Rajasthan, and the basic aim objective is upliftment of the social and financial status of its members by inculcating saving habits among them through the spirit of cooperation and providing technical and financial support. Today, the society has a large network of branches authorized to render financial services to its members in many states in India. Last but not the least, now we learn about the cooperative housing societies. These are formed to help the people with limited resources to construct houses at reasonable rates. You already know that prices of the property are always at hike, and it becomes difficult for some people to afford housing facilities. So these are formed by such people who have limited resources to construct the houses at reasonable rates. So members comprise of the people who desire to procure residential accommodation at reasonable rates. The aim of such cooperative society is to solve housing problems of its members by constructing houses and giving them option to pay in installment and reasonable rates. They build flats or provide plots for members on which the members can themselves construct houses as per their choice. An example of such a cooperative society is the Chennai Metropolitan Cooperative Housing Society Limited, which started its function in May 1912, and basic activities of this society are accepting deposits from its members, advancing of loans for construction of new houses, and for discharge of priority debts on mortgage of house up to the maximum of rupees 7 lakh, and promotion of house site and flat housing societies. So with this example, I hope that you are clear with all the 6 types of cooperative society. Now we'll start with the next type of business activities, that is company form of business organization, in the coming videos. Thank you all.